Hello everyone, today I will be showing you guys some of the best ways to make money in Red Dead Redemption 2. Not a lot of people ever talk about good ways to make money in the story mode, so I figured I would. There's plenty of ways to make money in this game, so let's just get right into it. I would also like to say that this list is in no particular order. First up, we have train robberies. Now, train robberies are incredibly lucrative for two main reasons. Number one, the wealthy passengers, and number two, the locked up safes on board. Robbing trains is one of the best ways to make money in RDR2. With just one train robbery, you can earn upwards of $250 to $350. This is including the safes, the money the passengers give you, and all of the extra valuables such as bracelets, necklaces, and rings. And sometimes even literal gold nuggets that are worth $25 a piece. Now, of course, this fluctuates depending on what you get on the train, but most of the time you're getting at least 300 from each train. Robbing trains is an incredibly simple yet effective way of making money. All you really have to worry about is taking out the guards and getting the train robbed as fast as you can before the law shows. And the best part about this one is that you can do train robberies whenever you want by going to any one of the stations and going to another station. This spawns in a train for you to ride, and when you get to your destination you can rob it. There's a bunch of in-depth information and a bunch of RNG to train robberies, but I'll be making a video going in-depth about train robberies when I get the chance. But all in all, if you do just a few of these, you'll have $1,000 in less than 10 minutes. This is one of the best ways to make money on the list. Next up, we have hunting legendary animals. You unlock this ability by completing the Chapter 2 mission, Enter Pursued by a Bruised Ego. After completing this mission, Hosea gives you a map that shows you where every single legendary animal is on the map, besides two of them. Those two being the legendary Bull Gator and the legendary Gawara Panther, both being unlocked after completing certain parts of the game. If you were to go after all of the legendary animals and sell each one of their pelts, you can get well over $700 to $1,000. Not to mention, every single one of these animals gives you a special piece of it that you can make into a trinket to improve your stats, such as slower weapon degradation, your cores not draining as fast, higher chances for more money looted off NPCs, Eagle Eye being able to run for longer, and just a whole bunch more. This isn't even a quarter of them I just mentioned. And on top of all of that money that you would earn off of hunting these animals down, you can also get rare and exclusive clothing made out of their pelts. So all in all, this is an incredibly lucrative and worthwhile thing to do, not only to make money, but to also improve Arthur overall.
I am a saint to catch a sinner. You bring me what I need, and I'll pay you well, and I won't ask no questions.
So, what is it you need?
Now we're staying on the right side of the law. Bounties are an excellent way to make money. There are well over 10 to 12 you can do throughout the entire game, and they pay corresponding with who and what the person did that you're going after. Sometimes you'll earn $40, sometimes you'll earn $100, but either way it is still good money and something that you could grab from one of the sheriff offices on your travels. Unfortunately, the bounties will eventually run out, but by the time you're done you'll have at least $400 to $500 from all the bounties in this game. There are quite a few of them and they are quite fun to do. All of them are different, at least in a small way, and it also helps you explore the map and get you used to the combat if you're not the greatest with it, or maybe you're just new at the game. In Red Dead Redemption 2, I think it goes without saying that there is a bunch of crime, not only being caused by you, but also by other people just trying to make a dime. This is where illicit businesses come into play. These vary from side operations being run by other gangs to private high-stake poker rooms. There's a huge variety of them spread throughout each one of the towns. On top of the fat stacks you'll be getting, you can also get weapons early from these locations, such as the Schofield and Lancaster, and other weapons that I don't want to spoil. But there is quite a bit of money to be made from these businesses. At a bare minimum, you're looking at $50 per each one. And if you would like to be especially evil, steal the money out of the cash register. Which leads us right into our next one, which is just going out and about and robbing the stores themselves. If you learn how to do this, you can rob every single store in each town without any gunfights, but you'll need to learn how to do that. Typically the cash registers have about 20 on the low end and 30 on the high end. This isn't a fantastic way to make money, but if you're in town and you want to make a little bit of money, this is always a good reliable way to make a few extra dollars if you don't feel like going out and robbing a train. And just as a tip, I would definitely recommend wearing your mask while doing this. It can help mask your identity from the law if somebody gets out and tells them what you're up to. Now I'm sure if you've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 at least for a little while, you've come across at least one of the gang hideouts in this game. There's a load of gangs in this game, and a lot of the time these gang hideouts have money and valuables hidden away. And sometimes it's not even one of the main gangs, sometimes it's just a group of outlaws that are camping out somewhere. But there's a lot of money to be found at gang hideouts. If you know how to fight, you can definitely reap a lot of rewards from them easily, and if you're in late game, there's a lot of money where the Del Lobo gang is held up. One of their camps is at the mine shaft by Tumbleweed, and another by Benedict Point. These two areas specifically holds hundreds of dollars and a whole lot of gold. But it's not only these ones that can give you a lot of money and valuables, so just get out there and see what you can find. I promise you will not be disappointed.
You see this map here? It was made by the Jackhole gang. They rob banks all the way from here to California.
Yeah, I know who the Jack Hall gang are.
Oh, them you have heard of, but me? Huh. Well, rumor has it they buried gold somewhere in this area, but were killed before they could retrieve it. They created two maps to ensure it was well hidden. This is the first and should lead you to the second. You just need to follow the landmarks drawn here.
And this is something that I just made a video about. One of the best ways, if not the absolute best way to make money, is treasure hunting. Red Dead has an absolute load of treasure maps you can do that gives you a lot of gold. Probably too much if we're being honest with each other. But irregardless, it gives you over $10,000 in gold, and this isn't even including all of the miscellaneous gold bars that you can find throughout the map that aren't linked to treasure maps. Within just an hour of doing these, you can have well over $15,000 sitting in your back pocket, ready to be sold at a fence for $500 a piece. This is probably the best way of making money on the list, but the unfortunate part about this is that you cannot redo these. The treasure maps are just a one and done situation that you can never do again. Another unfortunate thing is that if you sell the gold bars, you can never get them back. So you really have to decide what you want to do. However, if you do decide to sell them, you're going to be straight fucking balling through the rest of the game. Dutch is going to be all like,
We just need money.
and you're going to be all like, but anyway, let's move on to the next one. Oh man, where do I even start with this one? Firstly, I would like to say there's over so many different locations for this spread all throughout Red Dead Redemption 2's map. No matter where you are on the map, you're always close to one of these loot boxes, and these loot boxes can contain stacks of cash, gold bars, jewelry bags, different kinds of ammunition, tonic pamphlets, and so much more. They can even contain food and water for you. It is absolutely crazy the amount of shit that you can get with these chests and lockboxes. There are so many scattered throughout the map, it is insane. And if you find one of the big chests, chances are you're going to find several large and small jewelry bags and a lot of money. And some lockbox locations actually have exclusive gems nearby. This is one of the ways Rockstar supplies you with endless exploration, and you never truly know what's around the next corner. These can be hidden under trees, hidden in buildings and chimneys, and even underground. And I will say this, I do not know the exact dollar figure of all of these chests and lockboxes around the map, but I would wager it's at least $2,500, a crazy ass amount of money just waiting for you to come get it. And one of the final ones we have is stagecoach robberies. These are unlocked after completing the mission, Friends in Very Low Places. After completing this mission, you can start doing stagecoach robberies. All you need to do is either go to Rhodes and talk to Alden, or go down to Strawberry and talk to Hector. Both of them give coaches that you can go after, and as you get them done, they'll start getting more difficult. For example, having more security and riders that will not hesitate to fuck you up. However, by the time you're done doing all of these, you'll have well over $600. It is a very worthwhile thing to do, and they are incredibly fun. And a lot of the time they give you different ways that you can handle it.
Have a damn good reason. I saw some outlaws up ahead. They look like O'Driscolls. Reckon they might be fixing to rob you.
Oh, shit. Melvin, Eric, go take a look. We'll hold tight here.
You sure you trust this feller?
I ain't taking no chances. Now go on.
All right.
Someone's after the cargo. Oh!
And if you get creative, it can be an incredibly fun and enjoyable way to make money. Another thing I would like to add is that each one of the robberies has a pre-made unique way of tackling the robbery. There is quite a bit of variety to these, so go and do them after completing Friends in Very Low Places. You will not be disappointed.
You busy?
No, what?
Fella sold me these plans.
Oh, what do you gotta ask him for, Charles?
Me?
He's just gonna make a big drama out of it. You know he will.
Drama out of what?
The next one we have is gang activities, specifically the ones that are robberies of some sort. You can start doing these as early as chapter 2, and typically there is at least 1 to 2 of these in each chapter with different gang members. Sometimes it can be Sean, other times it will be Javier, Micah, Lenny, and a whole bunch of others. And what you do can vary from stagecoach robberies to homestead robberies, even up to robbing the Rhodes Bank in chapter 4, but that's only if you have the special edition content. Another thing is that a lot of the time the dialogue can be funny and charming.
Been a while since I robbed a bank. I'm looking forward to this.
You ever robbed a bank?
Of course I have. Now, what about that one up near Canada with you and Bill a couple of years ago?
You was the lookout, and not a very good one if I remember right.
Can you believe this, Charles?
I'm staying out of it. Try not to get us trapped in a burning barn this time, Uncle.
And you try not to kill half the town over some imaginary gold.
He has a point there.
How about that? Oh, work of art. You boys should bring me along more often. Maybe things go a little smoother. There's no substitute for experience.
That's why we don't bring you. The lack of experience.
Hey, come on.
I wouldn't start celebrating just yet.
You know, Smith, I feel like me and you are going to be fast friends one day. So, yeah. I'm an acquired taste on account of my complexity, but everyone learns to love me in the end.
Uh-huh. I'll take your word for it.
It can also help you learn about the gang members and what they've been through, which I personally think is pretty cool. And make sure whenever you see these to take the opportunity, because you may not see them again and you can only do these once per playthrough. So make sure you get out there and get these done when you see them.
Oil. Good. Always a buyer for oil. Don't spend it all at once.
And the very last one we have on the list is just selling coaches to Seamus and Emerald Ranch. This is unlocked after completing the Spines of America in Chapter 2. Granted, this is not the best way to make money, however, you can get upwards of $25 to $40 per stagecoach. Again, this is not the most lucrative way, but it is still yet another thing that you can do to get even more money in RDR2. This is the best to do when you see a coach in your nearby Emerald Ranch. And one of the best parts about this is that after you get a stagecoach delivered, no matter where your horse was, it'll spawn right next to you by the hitching post outside Seamus's barn, making it nice and easy to get right back to what you were doing. And that is some of the best ways to make money in RDR2. There are an absolute load of things you can do in this game to make money, but it's all up to you about how you handle it. I will say this, if you do everything that I mentioned on the list, you will have thousands upon thousands of dollars to spend. We're looking at upwards of at least 35,000 to 40 G's. Now this does depend on how much you do certain things, but if you're new to the game especially, or you have not done these things, go do them. They are incredibly fun to fucking do. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this list. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Red Dead content, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I hope everybody enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching.